There's a Chinese proverb that says the weakest ink is stronger than the most powerful memory. And I know some of you are going, well, what in the world does that have to do with marketing? Well, actually, it has everything to do with marketing and what we're going to hone in on in this blog post. You know, there's three keys to your marketing success, and we're going to focus in on one. But the first is you have to do things. Activity, activity, activity. Wayne Gretzky, the Hall of Fame hockey player, said 100% of the shots you don't take won't go in. 100% of the marketing efforts you don't do won't be successful. I can guarantee that. The second key to your success is to do the right things. You know, you can work your behind off, but if you're not doing the right things, it's not going to work for you. So doing a lot is great. Doing a lot of the right things is even better. But what we're going to really focus on here today is the third secret to your success, and that is to build on past successes. You know, to make sure that everything you did right last year, you're doing right this year. And there's a couple of things to do that will dramatically increase the probability that everything you do becomes better, more powerful, and more profitable. The first thing I want to talk about is a marketing book. I would strongly suggest that as soon as you're done watching this video, you go and create a marketing book of your own. This is our 2010 marketing book from here at Whiz Bang Training. My colleague Aubrey is responsible for maintaining this. And what happens is every marketing activity that we engage in here at Whiz Bang Training gets printed, gets noted, gets put into this book. So you can see we had intensives, we had a love sale in February, we had the Retail Success Summit. We had, so a blog. So every email we send out every tip of the week, it gets printed and gets put in here along with the reports from our email service provider with the open rates, which is how many people open our email, which is the click rates, how many people clicked on the links inside of our email. You see, we're gathering information, and we're going to be able to use that information to draw upon it whenever we need it to make smart decisions in the future. Recently, we had an example of why this is so important. We were doing a promotion, and we were thinking back on a similar promotion we did in February. We're sitting around the table, and I like to think of all of us at Whiz Bang Training as nominally smart people, and we were talking about the February promotion, and somebody said there was disagreement about, you know, how many days the promotion ran and the discount we offered when people invested in the Retail Mastery System during the promotion. No one remembered it quite correctly, except me. So anyway, it was very simple. We went back to the marketing book and we saw exactly what happened, and it helped us make better decisions about the upcoming promotion. Everything you do, you're going to find this thing invaluable. Every time you get a press release put in a paper about what you do, it goes in here. Every time everything you do that has to do with marketing, notes, everything, all goes in this book. It will be invaluable to you. Now, that's one thing. Create that marketing book. Create it right away. It's an action item for you. The second thing to do, the second piece of great information for you to use, is use a promotions planner. Create a document, or if you have the Retail Mastery System, you already have this document in it. Create a document, a form that you use every time you plan a promotion. Here's the promotion planner that we use, or that is in the Retail Mastery System. So you have a name of the event, you have the date, you have the the objective of the promotion, because some promotions are merely to drive traffic. Some promotions the objective is primarily to generate publicity. Some promotions, the objective is to generate cash. But, you know, think about what you're trying to do, because it will lead your planning. Sales goal, how will we evaluate the success? Here's the detailed description of the event. What elements will make this event fun? What are the prizes we need? You see how having a checklist allows you to plan your upcoming promotion so much more efficiently, effectively. Then staff, advertising. What am I going to do for advertising? What can I do for free? What am I willing to pay for advertising? So it starts you thinking about what needs to happen. The next thing that needs to happen is you need to create a promotions checklist. What happens 4 to 8 weeks before the event? What happens 2 to 4 weeks before the event? What happens the week before the event? What happens the week of the event? What happens the day of the event, during the event? What happens after the event? You see, by planning it out and writing it down, when the event happens, all you got to do is do the work. Turn the crank is what we call it here at Whiz Bang Training. Plan the work, then work the plan. The more effectively you plan the work before the promotion, the more smoothly the promotion's going to run for you. Here's a promotions budget. You should figure out what you're going to spend or what you're willing to spend. This is staff. What are you going to spend on staff? How many people do you need? And then this is the most important thing, I believe, and it's the promotion recap. I learned this not the hard way. Yeah, I guess I could say I learned it the hard way. But we used to have an event called the Great Lakes Sport Kite Championship. My brother Steve, who owns the Mackinac Kite Company now, still has this great big kite festival every year in May. 65,000 people would come from all over the country. Kite teams would come from all over the world. And until we started doing this stuff, it seemed as if every year on Saturday around 3 o'clock, it was a 3-day event, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, that there would be this oh crap moment where we forgot something again. Where we had made the same mistake over, and it was annoying to make the same mistake twice. So what we started to do is become better planners. And what I learned and what I'm sharing with you here is that perhaps the most powerful time in the planning process was that time directly after the promotion was finished. So here's what would happen. I was on a scaffold. I was the announcer, and I was up on the scaffold for 3 straight days. I don't know, I was probably 15 feet in the air. And when the event was done Sunday at 3 o'clock, I'd say, thank you so much for coming, everybody. We'll see you next year. I would climb down the scaffold, and me and Steve and all the key volunteers, we'd all pile into our command central trailer, and we'd write down what went wrong, what went right, what do we need to do next year, you know, just sort of those fresh ideas that will leave your brain. I guarantee they will leave your brain quickly if you don't write them down. So you write them down, we wrote them down, we threw them in the folder, and when it came time to start planning the next year's event, all of a sudden we had great information to work from. So this is powerful stuff, folks. This is powerful, powerful stuff. If you want to be a great marketer, it's important that you build on previous successes, that you write things down, that you use the information when you plan. And when you do that, you are going to have a lot more success with your promotions. Now, what I'd like to ask a favor of you, if you found this blog post helpful, if you have any thoughts, if you have any suggestions, if you have any ideas, if you have anything that you do that works well for you, please put it in the comments section below. I would love to hear from you. I would love to know what you're doing. To more profitable promotions, this is Bob Nagin, and I thank you for your time.